everyone, and welcome to this week's writing lesson. So last week we were focusing on informational books, the week before that about true moment stories. This week is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna give you a big hint what we're writing about. If you already saw the reading video, you kind of already know. But this guy looks very familiar. Now, we're gonna be writing poems. The really cool thing about poems, and I know you guys remember this, is that they love to break the rules. So you don't have to have a beginning, middle, end. Poems are so much fun to write. Oh, I'm so excited. So, in order to kick off our poems, I'm gonna go ahead and read one from No More Poems really fast. Okay, so the name of this poem is called I'm Not Hungry Anymore. This fish is my dinner. He's looking at me. It's freaking me out. Can the poor guy still see? I bet I no longer look hungry to him. He used to chase tadpoles and aimlessly swim. Now he's well done, wide-eyed on a plate. We both learned our lesson, a tad bit too late. Before you chomp down as the minnow swims past, make sure there's no hook, or it might be your last. And me, I now know, one thing I must do, pay closer attention when reading the menu. So that is I'm Not Hungry Anymore. In order to write a poem, it is the exact same process as writing a small moment story and writing an informational piece. We have to start by thinking of an idea. Now, when it comes to poetry, especially this week, you have a special assignment. I want you to find something to write your poem about. I'm gonna show you how to plan, and you guys are gonna see me write my poem using this writing process. And then at the end of the week, I want you guys to share your poem of your very own. All right, here we go. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote down some poem ideas. Now, for poetry, here's the fun thing, especially this week, I want you to just write down anything you see. I want you to sit down with a piece of paper and just write down anything you see. Try to get as many ideas as possible. So as I'm sitting here, I see the TV is on. I see Dilly sleeping in the corner. I see some Legos on the floor that Callan left. I see my cup of coffee that's sitting on the table over there. And I also see a blanket. Okay, so once you've thought of a few ideas, next you're gonna choose one of these ideas to start planning to start our step 2. So I'm looking and I'm gonna think, which one do I wanna write a poem about? Well, I don't really wanna write about TV. I wrote about Dilly already. I don't want to write about Legos. I stepped on one, it really hurt. You know what? I want to write about coffee because you guys know how much I love coffee. So I'm not going to totally throw these ideas away because I can use them for another poem later. Next, I have my idea, coffee. It's time for step 2, planning. For step 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring whatever it is that I'm deciding to write right here. So this is step 2. Now, in order to plan, we need to think of things to write about coffee. Remember, poems are just all about whatever the item is. So I'm gonna do a little bit of thinking here. Now, whenever you have your item, one way to get you started is think about your 5 senses. Let me pick that up. So one thing that you want to do is think about your 5 senses and see where that can get you started. I'm gonna choose with the way coffee looks. So whenever you have your item, take a look at it and just write down anything you see. So for coffee, my coffee is kind of a brown color because I put cream in it. It's also in a purple mug. Ooh, and you know what? I love my creamer. It's vanilla and it's so delicious. Oh, coffee, and it smells so good. It's delicious. Ew, and it's really hot. You have to be really careful whenever you drink coffee. Trying to think. So coffee's a drink. I like to drink it in the morning time, but my favorite day to drink coffee is Sunday mornings. What else can I think about coffee? Let me think about my senses really fast. Oh, and it splashes sometimes. You have to be careful. All right. So once you have your idea, go ahead and think of some things about it. Use those 5 senses to get you started. Now that I have this, now it's time for step 3, to write. All right, so next we're on step 3. It's time to write. Now, when you're writing, you need to bring your planning along with you, especially for a poem, because if you get stuck and you're not sure what to write next, you can use what you've already done, all this mind work, and go ahead and use it in your next line or so. So the first thing you want to do is think of a title. Now, whenever I think of coffee, I think of maybe just waking up, right? Because it has caffeine, so I'm gonna say, wake me up. Okay, now it's time to get my poem started. This is where this really comes in handy. So I'm gonna choose one thing here to write about my very first line. All right, so I have my poem. I went ahead and wrote it down. I don't need this anymore. Next, it's time for step number 4. We gotta revise and edit. So for that, I'm gonna go and use a different color, and I'm gonna go back over and see what I can change. So let's take a look at the first line and see if I can add any detail. On a cold Sunday morning, steam rises from my purple mug. In our reading video, we talked about stanzas and line breaks. A line break is so important because it makes the reader take a pause in your poem, and I really, really want my reader to take a pause right here. So whenever I'm going back, I'm gonna say this is my line break, so I'm gonna make sure that I leave some space here. Let's go and read the next line. Vanilla coffee tastes so good. Let's change this word. So good. What's another word for good that I can make it sound? Tastes, how about delicious or sweet? Tastes so sweet. Because vanilla is so sweet, isn't it? A smile appears on my face. I really like this one. All right, I like my poem. Now, next it's time to make it look pretty in time to publish. Okay, I just finished publishing my poem. What do you guys think? So I'm gonna go ahead and read my poem, Wake Me Up. Now, in reading, we talked about that poems want to be read a certain way. So I need to decide in my head how I'm going to read this poem. So here we go. This is Wake Me Up by Miss Garcia. On a cold Sunday morning, steam rises from my purple mug. I take a sip. Slurp! Vanilla coffee tastes so sweet, a smile appears on my face. I wake up for the day. And just like that, I'm all done with my writing. This is my poem, and I am so proud of it. I think I might go hang it up somewhere. Here's your seesaw assignment for the week. I want you to find an object in your house and do the same thing. Make that ordinary object like coffee and make it extraordinary with your poem. You can do whatever you like inside your poem. That's what makes it fun. You can break the rules. So, I'm so excited for this. Make sure you upload a video of yourself reading the poem or take a photo of your published piece just like this. All right, guys, until the next video, I'll see you next time. Bye.